Hey guys, we are now live. We are now live. What's good? As y'all come in, hit the like button. I just got finished watching Chrisean Rock's, I guess. I'm kind of scared to say something. No, I'm joking. I just got finished watching Chrisean's ex, so-called best friend, AJ. I might actually play the video or her yeah, I might play her video song or whatever you want to call it, debut. She sounds really good. I was kind of surprised that she had those kind of vocals going on with her. I didn't know she had any talent besides being one of you know, Tesehki's flunkies. So as y'all come in, make sure y'all hit the like button. There's some things that I need to discuss with you. You know, we got to stop falling for the banana in the tailpipe. I'm gonna tell you right now what is definitely transpiring right now. I'm gonna tell you first and foremost, people need to stop being stupid. And I'm saying this is not out of disrespect to nobody, but I'm telling you, it was said in the last live. I also have seen it from time to time, surprisingly, in comment sections of videos that these people are from the streets. We know that they're from the streets, these ones that we're talking about in particular, and they're bad actors and they're weak hustlers. But we cannot let these people turn against each other, as in the community that speaks on Chrisean Rock, or Chrisean Rock in particular. We talk about this to bring awareness to the BS that's going on. China is just doing the most. I was gonna actually let you guys listen to some recent BS that she's spewing all across social media, but I just, it seems like every time I let y'all listen to stuff from her, it just all sounds the same. It's nothing but the same talk, the same drama, and I just really feel like she's trying to plant the Malone sisters, comment if you agree, against each other. Hey, Wendelina, first one into the chat, mamas. She's trying to, I feel like she's trying to plant, China's trying to plant the Malone sisters against each other and throw rocks, hide her hands. And then they sabotage each other. Then they're fighting, carrying on. Then more deep dark secrets may come out. And we know that everybody's good for doing this. Let's put it on social media now and drag each other. We seem to get a great response from it. There's just a lot of foolishness going on, and China is not for no reason making it her duty every single day to get up here. It's almost like she's a cult. She wants to embed in people's head the until they believe it. And if you hang around the barbershop too long, you're bound to get a haircut. I'm telling you that right now. So if you hang around that barbershop too long and you listen to what this lady is saying, I'm not saying she's lying about everything. So don't think that I'm naive or naive. Sis, pause and go look. Sis, pause and go look at what? The seller. It says China is playing the sisters to get whatever she want. Yep. That's exactly what she's doing. And she's doing a good job at it. Because I was kind of shocked yesterday. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Shout out to Blue Rock TV. I always, well, let me tell you something. I can sit and listen to commentator or commentary on some good stuff, even if it ain't good stuff, because I listen to China stuff and that's nothing but BS. But a respectable live. But I'm not understanding how China is now being placed in, how can I say it? She's now being placed at on situations that are being brought up where it's starting to now add up some of what she's saying. Um, and they're saying that, oh yeah, China, she can't be lying about certain things because it's adding up on, people's, records, like Chastity's record. But I'm just speaking for myself, actually. I'm not trying to say anybody's pointing the finger at me, but I'm just speaking for myself. I'm not saying that China is lying about anything that she's saying as far as what happened to her. I think that she's adding to sensationalize the situation and benefit from it. It's not about her healing from anything, is what I'm trying to say to you. It's not about her healing from anything. So I did want to do a recap on the Blue Rock T TV. Shout out to Blue Rock T TV. I will be putting his link in the comment section of my live. I should have done it before I went live. I was so focused on trying to be on time that I didn't do it. But yeah, I love doing commentary to his lives. I think that respectfully, he is a good commentator. He also, while we're bringing him up, does promotionals. So if you guys want to get a promotional for a business that you guys got going on your YouTube channel, yeah, check him out. He does make that you know let me and also shout out to Cassandra, our favorite paralegal. She had brought some things to light, and a lot of people, got permission to present the information to clear up some of the confusion. So I just wanted to do some commentary to this video. There are some things that I do want to speak on, respectfully. No wars or no, bashing or nothing like that. I'm trying to do. But there were some things that I agreed in. There were some things I didn't agree with. Hey, Nikki Love. Hi, sweetie. It says not lying, but she needs to tell her own story. Right. That's my point, Wendelina. Not the Malone story. Let the Malones tell their own. And if they don't want to tell it, which I think she's afraid of them not wanting to tell it, I think that she should just leave it alone. If you're not going to take action, legal action against the father for what he did to you, and stop trying to put a battery in Rock's back, to tell her story in particular. And, you're also low key. Let me tell you something, Wendelina. Low key, she's also trying to put a battery in Tesehki's back, which I think is a chess move, to go get and file a real lawsuit for defamation of character. But I think she's doing it because she knows that if Tesehki does, in fact, if she does it in real life, she's going to expose her hand. So, she's playing both sides. She's trying to trigger, I think, Tesehki and Chasity from a distance, thinking they're gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe, and they might. And eventually, people are gonna call out Tesehki anyways. If it doesn't happen and she thinks it's gonna go away 5 months from now, trust and believe it will resurface. And then people are definitely gonna point the finger at Tesehki that you must have done it. Because if you so-called, I don't want to see her put a suit out on Chrisean Rock. That's not what I'm getting at. I just want to make that clear. Because if you don't make things clear, people, soon as I get off of live, because see, I'm one of them type of people, soon as I get off of live, I'm off here for the day. I'm not, I might be lurking in the bushes and doing my 1-2-1-2, but I'm off for the day. And I'm looking at stuff that I look at when I'm not you know, dealing with this mess here, like, logging in and doing my due diligence and putting up my work. I log off and my life goes on. I post some of my personal, stuff that I do in my life. Like right now, I'm on a juice cleanse, and a lot of y'all need to be on juice cleanses. And, I'm not gonna name drop, but a few of y'all need to be on a cleanse right with me. And when you cleanse, it cleanses out the whole body and your mind. Some of these people's minds need to be cleansed. And I live my best life. You know what I'm saying? I try to have balance and not just be. It might seem like I'm on here all day. No, I'm not on here all day, but I'm just consistent. I'm just consistent with my work, and then I keep it moving. Yes, she's against Chrisean Rock. You already know. I hope Chrisean Rock lets the BS go. All right, so let's go check it out, because I know a lot of you guys did not see it. And, we all think sometime when we see this information that we all see it at the same time, and that's farther from the truth. And I really feel like, I get so mad. YouTube, I hope you're listening, because I feel like Blue Rock TV, for an example, and other channel holders need to get more shine than what they're getting. He puts out beautiful presentations on his work, and he breaks it down, and he tries to keep order on his channel, and I like that. You know what I'm saying? And he's not biased. He's in his own lane, and he does his own due diligence, and he's on his own team. And hey, sometimes you can report something, it might not be in sync with other people who are supporters of Chrisean Rock, but he just puts the facts, he lays them out, and you either take on what he's saying, or you don't. It is what it is. So we're gonna listen to him right now. Just 1 second, guys. Okay, so we can.
Use policies. So we're going to do a review on the snippet that he had shared with us, and well, with the internet rather, not us directly, but either way, we're going to get into that. I do thank you guys for joining. I do know there's some other things going on right now, so I appreciate anybody who made it so far to the show. What's up? You're a paralegal, Cassandra. Now, I will be dropping the link as well, so that way, if there's any viewers that wanted to join the show and share their live opinion, I'm going to encourage that. Please do that sooner than later.
Please make
last
sure
time when I did a show and we were about to end it,
y'all, Blue Rock TV.
Said,
his link by default is in all of my videos. I also will put it at the top of the description box
right now dropping the
after this
link.
live
Let me
is
try
over.
doing that again.
It will be put at the top of the description box after this live's over. But even if you don't see it after this live's over, which you will, credits are going to this live to Blue Rock TV. However, by default, in every video, I don't care what video I do, I always update channel holders. I remove and I update, not for no other reason, but as time goes on, people evolve, I evolve. You got to make room for other people to shine. But since I've been doing Chrisean Rock content since I can remember, I'm not gonna say the whole time I've been doing Chrisean Rock content, I've put some of channel holders, whether I agree or disagree with their channels, which Blue Rock TV, I love his content, so he's not who I'm referring to, but I do show support and put their links in my description box of all of my videos by default, so you guys can go over and subscribe to his channel if you're not.
There you go. So the StreamYard link has been dropped. So if anybody wants to join the live conversation, go ahead and click the link, and we'll get you up here.
Okay? Hey, so Lisa Blue,
let's
how are
get
you,
this started
sweetie?
without waiting too long. And yes, chat.
Make sure y'all hit the like button.
It's Sunday. I sometimes we trap a day behind, a day forward. You know how it goes.
I
but
did
either
it
way,
the
let's
other
get
day.
it
It was
Welcome
Saturday.
to Blue Rock TV's live show, where we spill the tea and hate. So sit back and hold on to your seats, but don't hold back. Get in the live chat, because it's about to get juicy.
He does promotionals, guys, too, so remember that.
You heard it. Get in the live chat, because y'all know what it's about here. It's going to get crazy. I see the chat already. Thanks for dropping the blue diamonds, y'all. Somebody's already asking here, the truth shall set you free is like a new girlfriend in jail. Listen, I don't know what Wack is talking about, but clearly I think he's been reading some of the blogs, because it's giving that you might not be talking to blueface yourself either.
I don't think so. That's what I'm saying.
So y'all, I was a little bit shocked by it myself.
It's giving. Hold on.
So we're gonna talk.
I'm sorry. It's giving. You might not be talking to blueface yourself either, because that's what I was thinking. He was way behind on his information yesterday. Wack 100 was, and he was something he heard of going on with blueface. Pay attention. Blue, you're so weird because I'm not trying to say that we see eye to eye. I never met Blue Rock TV in the flesh. I don't know what he's looked like. I never had a conversation with him over the phone. None of that. None of the above. But there's so many things that he hits on topic wise that happen that he's thinking the same thought process as me. And that's why I'm so drawn to this channel, because I'm like, oh my God, I'm thinking the same thing. And he's like me, it comes to a point where you just start biting your tongue, man. You speak your piece. People won't get mad, but at the end of the day, we're all adults. It is what it is. You put it out there, we're going to speak on it.
About it. Aaliyah goes, new girlfriend, but all I see on his snap is Chrisean, right? Now there are some people saying that Chrisean's team's running the snap.
Wendelina, I say the same thing. You hear me say all the time, I am subscribed to the hate pages too, because they bring a lot of stuff to light that people who are supporters are not going to bring to light. They might see it, but they don't want to bring it to light because it'll make them look like they're not a supporter. But sometimes we need to know from the not a half a circle, but the whole circle. We need to know what's going on in the loop before we can speak and be opinionated on anything. We got to get the scoop, because these are all just opinions and allegations. We're not in the flesh with these people. And I just want to say really quickly again, I cannot say this enough. I am not a channel that can for sure give you 100% the facts on these people, because I'm not in their state, in the flesh. I'm not on the phone with them, and I don't know them in real life to confirm or deny any of it. That's why I prefer to get my receipts from the horse's mouth. Be in the bushes lurking and bust them in the lies. Something that they were running with, for the truth. A liar, the truth will reveal itself eventually. And then it will be recorded like it does on my channel. And I'm going to pop it out and tell you that person's lying, or that person retracted something because they got busted in a lie and they want to tell the truth now. Come clean, because everybody knows. That's the kind of channel I am. I'm not with the going to see legal documentations and who got a warrant and how many warrants they have and they was evicted and this and that. I don't. Come on, that's getting a little bit too to the left with it. When you find all of that out, what is next? Just answer that question as we listen to this.
Not Blueface's team. So who knows, right? Who knows? But either way, somebody's running up that Snapchat for him, right? What's going on, LeJune? What's up? What's up? Mercedes, I see you dropping those blue diamonds. What's going on, you guys? Don't forget to hit the like button, not the heart in the bottom right, but the actual like button for the video. Let's get this going. Also, don't forget to share the video. I know a bunch of y'all are part of different groups and stuff. Share the video. Let them know that we're out here. We're chatting right now. Washida, what's up? What's up? What's going on? I see those blue diamonds. Stacy, what's up?
I'm gonna try to stay quiet in between and only do a pause when they're not really talking. I'm gonna let you guys listen to what they're saying, because I know I have a habit of stopping the video. But if it's something that I need to stop because I might forget it, I might have to pause it. But I'm gonna let you try to listen to the video. But like I said again, we have to respect people's content. I cannot play this man's video all the way through respectfully, because that is not cool. This has to be made into commentary, and this is what we're gonna do.
Also, you guys, don't forget to join the Blue Rock TV membership. Show your boy some support. Get those memberships up. Let's do this. Now I'm gonna get straight into the video, but like I did mention, this is a live viewers conversation show as well. So if you guys want to jump up and share some of your opinions, you can jump up from now, so you can join the list, and then we'll pull you up shortly. Okay. What's up, Robin? I see you. Okay, so let's get this started. Now I do want to let you guys know we're going to be sharing this video. Also, though, we got some text messages here that I wanted to share from the alleged girlfriend. Now I call BS. I really do, right? You guys know, and I'm going to mention why in just a short bit. But we do have some.
I forgot. Blue Rock T did speak with the girlfriend that Wack 100 is talking about, the girl that's hard of hearing. So I'm interested in hearing what he has to say. I don't remember this part, but I looked at the video. But like I said, we can sometime be at the beginning of videos, the middle, or the end, or listen to the whole entire video and miss some parts.
Message as well from some other claims and stuff that we want to show you guys. So stay tuned. Fabulous. Thanks so much for making it. Listen, I forgot to send a message out to the mods, so the chat might get crazy, y'all. But I do thank any mods that are showing up right now because I really did forget to send that over. What's up, Tea Time with Latrice? What's going on? Yes, hit that like button, yo. Don't forget to hit that like button. Aries, I see you as well. What's going on, yo? So let's get right into this video here. Now I'm going to stop it at certain points.
Mugshot with Blueface.
If there's any issues with sound or whatever, let me know. Once again, this is a snippet from Vlad's video interview that he had done with Wack. I do believe this is a little bit before the...
Yep, and Vlad put it out later.
Before the most recent court case that Chrisean had, right? So let's just take a listen, hear what he has to say, and then I'll pause and have a discussion about this. Like I said, I'd rather the viewers who want to potentially have a conversation with me to jump up now, so that way we have you a bit ready and set to go. So I dropped the StreamYard link there as well. Okay, let's listen to this.
And I think he said he's out in July.
Yeah, look, I think he might be home a little earlier than that.
Okay.
Blueface in the minimum security. I think he just made it to Lancaster. He's straight, so he's right there.
It's not too far from here. Yeah.
Yeah. I see. A lot of people, they got a new girlfriend. I think that's the lady that's I think she can hear.
He's so corny. You're a cornball. That dude is such
so now what I want you guys to focus on is, so right away, Wack, it seems like he's trying to run with this narrative right away about he believes that there might be a new girlfriend. Okay.
But listen, let me say this to you guys. You can tell the way he just brought that up in the interview. He brought it up. Vlad, sometimes we can, like get on Vlad and Vlad's a piece of da-da-da. No, let's not blame this on Vlad. He was desperate to get on Vlad's podcast or whatever, and he was initiating this stuff about Chrisean Rock in the interview because that's what Wack 100 does.
Now we do have a live viewer that is requesting to come up. So I'm going to bring the live viewer up and we're going to have a bit of a chat. So for the live viewer, I'm going to bring you up. You can sit up here while we watch the video and we can share some commentary as well. Now, if there is any other live viewers that want to come up, like I mentioned, just click the StreamYard link, okay? And we can do this. Give me one quick second here. Lejeune, what's going on? How are you?
How are you? I'm great. Having a great morning. Happy to hear your voice. Happy to see everybody and hear from everybody.
Nice.
So I was already had you on notification because you take your time when you do your lives, baby, and you have your stuff together when you do it. So we're finna sit here and analyze everything.
I appreciate that. Yeah, it's been a minute, but I wanted to jump on and do something today. And I saw this video last night. I guess it was posted yesterday, but like I said, I think it's occurred, before Chrisean Rock's court date, and you guys are gonna see why I say that. But just at the beginning of this video alone, it seems like Wack's trying to run with this narrative that Blueface might have a new girlfriend. Okay. And a part of it, what's sad is you can tell he's going into who the new girlfriend might be. It is Davis, the one that we had on the show just, recently, who, some fans and some viewers believe that, she may have been sipping on some Kool-Aid because she believed herself too that Blueface might. Davis at all?
I don't think
yes, I did. And I recall her sitting in the car, and I recall her first when she came out and did her first, public notice, and she was like, that they had been already speaking.
Do y'all think that he's that Blueface is really claiming that girl that's hard of hearing? Put in the chat if you believe that. Come on. Wack 100 is doing a classic what China's doing right now. China has never got this much attention until Chrisean Rock has said what her sister did to her allegedly. And now she's getting some shine. And Wack's doing the same thing. Every time he brings up Chrisean Rock. He gets a little shine and a little bit of tension, and get people talking for a hot little second, trying to figure things out when there's nothing to figure out. It's just Wack being Wack.
For a long time. I listened at her brainwash. And that, well, that's how, her feelings that she had and how she felt. I did listen to that, and I feel like
good.
Hey,
and it was a bit
Tasha,
concerning, wasn't
Boston
it?
in the building.
I feel like she was being brainwashed and jailbait and that jail talk, and she was so happy. So I feel like, girl, I still don't believe that he's serious about her. I do not.
I don't either.
Exactly. And there's other reasons, we're going to bring that up in a moment, because there's no, there's no way she can possibly believe this, but she does. And we're going to prove that in a moment. So let's continue watching this video here to see what else he has to say.
Wait, what? He's got a new girlfriend?
Look, yeah, I think that's the one I don't think she'll get here. But a blueface is.
Now, I just want to pause quickly, because that's like Vlad. He's trying to ask it a second time. You know what? He has a new girlfriend, and still, you know what? I give kudos to Vlad in a way, because he asked the question the second time, and Wack still didn't give him a proper answer. Right away, he's like, yeah, well, she's and continues to talk about, her and her disability or whatever that be, right? So let me continue this, but I just wanted to point that out. That was like 2 times Vlad was trying to get the definite answer, you know what I mean? And he does attempt a 3rd time. He really does. So let's take a listen here, but I just really wanted to point that out.
Can sign language real good.
I'm not getting this.
I think
got
she's
a deaf
hearing
girlfriend.
Yeah. But blueface can sign language.
Okay, so he asked a 3rd time, and Wack quickly goes, yeah. But, do you believe that he believes any of this?
I do not, because the girl that came out was speaking and wasn't doing sign language. And the thing about it is she was reading. Did you see that when she did go live and she was reading the comments that was in her live? So I didn't think Wack was for sure that he had. I think he picked what he think he knows out the blogs. I don't think he really knows for sure.
Do you believe do you believe that Blueface knows sign language?
Yes, I do. I believe Blueface knows sign language. I believe Blueface speak other other languages as well, like other languages besides American. Blueface is very, very smart.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Because I don't know, so I can't really comment. I'm just asking,
my
your
opinion,
thoughts on
I
that.
don't
Because
believe
sometimes
it.
I'm gonna give it to y'all. The viewers know a lot, okay? So sometimes
He's intelligent. He's very intelligent.
Yeah, so there's a possibility, but I think the video clip that we had saw, I think he was throwing up, what some were saying allegedly was gang signs. So I don't know if it was gang signs. I don't know if it was sign language. I myself don't know sign language, so I wouldn't have been able to tell. Boone say here, they want sign language. Blue was doing what? Come on, rewrite that.
Exactly. That's the Blue.
Says the woman.
I don't believe it sound like Blue doing it.
I don't think he was doing it at that point. You know what I'm saying? But either way, I feel as if Wack now is running with a narrative. I think he's running with the idea that he saw on the blogs that there's this girl that he was talking to, and then here he is running with the narrative. Like I said, I don't know if this interview was done before the other women popped up, though. Because you guys do know there was other women that were popping up, right?
Yes, that might be who I was referring to, because that's the one I seen come out on live. So if it's more than one woman, there's a woman who do sign language, ain't neither one of them thought he took them serious. Because the other, if you're talking about a person, we're talking about a person, if him and Black pertain to a person that does sign language. And the girl that I seen in the car doing the live that was talking to the comments and the views in her live, it's more than one, so it can't be serious. No way it is.
Blue don't
we're
know
talking about two different people,
thing, right? Because like
he might know Crip language, that type of sign language. I don't know about no hard of hearing sign language.
Oh no, there was different women that he was speaking to. Huh?
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
different
there
women,
was
so no
actually,
way
I
he's
think there was
serious.
actually 3 different people.
Yes.
You know, and that's just the 3 that people sent me, and I think eventually people realized that I wasn't really running this anymore. You know what I mean? I wasn't really talking about it, because to be honest with y'all, you know, once the one popped up, we did a story about that, and then the second one popped up, and the third popped up. It was almost like, you know, what are we gonna run? Saying, hey, what's up, y'all? Blueface is drinking more water today. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it wasn't really much to talk about once every one of them started popping up. But I think today what makes it quite different is that Wack 100 is trying to run with the narrative that that was a potential girlfriend or is a potential girlfriend.
Exactly.
And as well, this
Jayla.
girlfriend is in the background, or potential. Miss Davis is in the background also kind of talking about it still, you know, kind of talking to some of, I don't know if we want to call them rock fans or
Hey,
viewers,
Matisse.
and you know,
Hey,
and kind of
sis.
attesting to the idea that she really truly believes that her and Blueface have something more special, right? That's kind of, you know, the part here too that's kind of shocking. You know, if I'm to release some of these DM receipts that were sent to us here, you know, from a viewer, you know, here's Miss Davis saying again, he always came to my house before he went to jail, laugh my ass off, ain't nothing gonna change. Girl, you got, I guess they're saying, fame from him, I think, right? And then she continues by saying, when he got to handle his business. Now, the one thing that I'm always going to say about things like this is, like, where are the receipts?
Right.
You know, it's easy to say all these things, and I
Picture,
can't say you telling the truth or you're not telling the truth, but all I can really
the
truly
audio
ask for, where are the receipts?
recording.
What's your thoughts on this?
This the same girl that was sound like was saying the same thing in her live.
That
That
was
I said this
working.
same girl was saying she was already dating him before he went in. So my
Wendellina.
advice on that is I don't believe her. I don't believe that she was at his house because Chrisean was staying there. I don't believe. I believe, you know, when she had he when you remember when Chrisean went over there with the baby, right?
At which point? Oh, when he was on the Charles Barkley comment part?
Yes.
Okay.
That it was some girls in his house then. I think that when he was getting acquainted with them girls, I don't think it was nothing serious with none of them girls because he was trying to get the other show started. So that's probably how he met them. I think that all this right here coming about is just showing to the reference when he first met them. That's just only confirming that that's when he met them. I don't think that it was really nothing going on with them. Like, because remember, they stayed the night over there that night. And Chrisean's like, you had me to bring the baby and you kept him over here all night? That mean they stayed the night in the house? You know, Chrisean said that.
Yeah. Now, we do know Davis did know Blueface for a while now, right? Before, you know, that recent house incident and stuff like that, right? Davis does have
Yeah, she was in a
somewhat of
video
a
from
past
back
being
in the
in one of his
day. I think she
videos,
knew him
right? I
before
forgot which one
Chrisean
at this
Rock.
point. But we did mention that on our other show, the exact timeline. But
That is correct.
you know, and Davis does have, you know,
Some history.
an adult video with him as well that we have, you know, secured as well because somebody had sent it to us, right? So for the
I
most
showed
part,
y'all that music
you
video
know,
with
for
the
lack
clip,
of better
that
terms,
little
there are
small
some people
clip
that
she
would say
had.
that she was most definitely a side, you know, and has been a side, right? And it's been around as a side. But I think the main matter is that she also does not believe that is the case. She believes that she is a main, you know. I can't disclose some of the conversations that I just had recently with her unless she gives, you know, some permission for me to do that. That's just how we respect her DMs. But at the end of the day, that, you know, just from what she shares publicly as well, you know, it does coincide with it that she believes that there's something more between her and Blueface.
She said that
That's
on the live. She said that. She said that. She told, like, she was telling the viewers that was talking to her in the comments. She was saying, "Oh, y'all just don't know that we have history. I've been knowing them," and she was like laughing about it. But I think she was like, you know, thinking that now since he locked up that she's the main, and she's not. She was like, "Oh, I've been knowing everything going on. I've been knowing in the shadows." You know, that was she was trying to relate to people that was in her comments. So I think that she think that she's the main. Now he's locked up. I think she always knew she was a side. I don't think that either way that she's taking him, that he's taking her serious. If she is, she's delusional. She really are delusional, you know, and Bonnie Lachey was like that as well. So, you know, they're delusional. They're delusional.
Bonnie Lachey, listen, I don't know what's going on with Bonnie Lachey. She hasn't showed any type of receipt. They keep talking about a tattoo on the butt. We have photos of her with no tattoo on her butt. She forgets she just did a recent runway type model thing where she turns around and you can completely see there's nothing on her cheeks, and don't come with makeup because we know that's not what was happening either. So
She lied about the baby. She lied about being pregnant.
And then lies about something else, you know, after that, right? So there's just way too much going on. Here's another snippet of David's message here. I knew him before Chrisean even came into the picture. Don't nobody give a, you know, F about her before he bought his house. He was living in a small.
I want to say that I remember when Blue Rock TV had discovered her, or she reached out to him, or whatever, how they got in contact, that the girl knew him prior to even Chrisean Rock, I want to say, knowing who he was, because she was in a video of his, and they showed like a little small clip. I think she was like in 2 of the clips of her dancing on him or whatever. And obviously, you know how men are, you know, in general, not just Blueface, but some men are, you know, he was attracted to her, obviously. And they remain friends with probably benefits, in my opinion. Let me make that clear. But yeah, she's not no new news at all. To us, maybe, but not to Blueface. Or maybe not to Chrisean Rock or Jada and Alexis either. They might even know about it. Who knows?
A girl, he even offered to let me stay at one of his spots and turned it down. B, you don't know nothing. Okay, so to me, it's like she's saying all this. She's claiming she believes that she might be a main, but everything she's saying is giving side chick energy. That's in my opinion.
Because you know Chrisean, because you knew, first of all, Blue Rock, if she knew him before Chrisean, before he met Chrisean, she would know he was with Jada. Jada was the main. So she always been aside, and ain't no way she ever gonna think about she gonna be the main. 2, 3 women don't came before you.
Now, you know, with all this too, listen to what Wack claims or thinks or believes is the reason why Blueface is entertaining this. Let's go ahead and continue this video here.
Blueface goes silent. Are you trolling me right now? Or are you being serious?
Hey, listen, let me tell y'all something. Blueface is one of the most intelligent young men I've met.
He's a weirdo.
Athletic.
Wack, you're a weirdo.
Personality. Smart. Book smart. Does stupid things every now and then. But yeah, he can fluently sign language.
Okay.
So I'm sitting back and I'm thinking about how nephew's thinking, right? And the things he's been through. And he's like, he really loves peace and quiet. Like he don't like a lot of confusing around him, believe it or not, when he's just chilling. So I'm like, Blueface probably figuring like, yo, I don't got to worry about her talking to nobody.
Because she can sign.
She ain't gonna hear nothing nobody talking about. She ain't gonna talk crazy to me.
She might sign crazy though.
That's cool. Right?
I can deal with that.
He can ignore that. He can be like,
hey,
I'm just really thinking about how nephew thinking, because nephew always got a method to his madness, right?
I got
it. She's been going to visit him in prison and all that. You know what I mean? So
he talks too much.
Here's the thing. A lot of the things he's claiming or he's saying almost sounds hypothetical in thought, right? You know, oh, you know, I believe this is what he's doing. And, you know, when I think about how Blueface is, like, it's almost like he's talking about somebody in the past that he's not so much in the presently or not so much presently involved with. You know, that's kind of almost what it's given. Now, I don't know.
Okay,
if Wack's picking up the phone and talking to Blueface today or tomorrow. I really don't know right now. But just from this particular part of the interview, it's giving a lot of blogger talk.
Yes, it sounds, because he said,
know much. They're kind of just spinning.
Yeah. He said sound like I'm just trying to tell you how nephew think. That's he was saying it in so many words that me and him had a conversation about what he's trying to do right now, what he's doing with her. We had a conversation. That's what he's saying. If he's trying to get off in what he's saying, Blueface had to see why he's doing the things he's doing, they ain't had no conversation about it. Because I felt like when Blueface told them to put up that scream of him with another girl, that was to get Chrisean's attention. I feel like that was a bait mode. That was a bait
Yeah,
move.
you know what I mean? And then just Wack throwing in there, you know, and she visits in jail. Like, so everything sounds hypothetical, but that one little statement almost made it sound like you know what you're talking about. Like, it just kind of, you know, it's giving narrative, it's giving, you know, let me kind of throw some controversial things that's been going on that we've heard, just to kind of stir the conversation again. You know, from what I've noticed with Wack, it's like, you know, he takes a particular topic, and he'll go on Vlad, he'll go on No Jumper, he'll go on Clubhouse, he'll go all over the place and kind of just run the same thing, almost like when he takes an artist through the door. You know what I mean? He has this kind of like carousel way of dealing with the artist throughout all these platforms and raking in the money. Just kind of like, so by the time you walk through the building and walk back out, he's already done press you through everything, right? So to me, it's the same kind of marketing strategy that he normally does, where it's, you know, take the conversation and just spread it on the different platforms, get paid for it regardless, and we're all going to talk about it. You know,
He run with his own, like you say, hypothetical narratives, a way he see things, not the way it's supposed, not the way it's seen, the way it wanted to, the way he wanted to be, not the way it really is. That's why I don't like to listen to Wack either, because Wack takes something and it don't be the truth. He try to make it into the way he want to, in the way he express it, like he want to convince you in an argumentative way. So I don't, and he don't be accurate about nothing. So that's why I don't listen to Wack, because Wack half of the time I don't know what he be talking about. That's why he get confronted a lot by a lot of people when they come on No Jumper and Adam 22. They confront him because he take it and he fix it up his way without knowing the facts. He do it all the time.
Yeah, and it's given, like I said, it's given seeing what the bloggers are talking about and him something together here, right? Fabulous goes, there's people on life support. It's not a day that goes by they don't speak on Chrisean or insinuate or associate her in something. You know, and that's it, right? Because even, you know, talking about the part about Blueface having a new girlfriend, are we really focused
I'm sorry. I thought that I had the I thought I was talking, but the mute was on. Wendelina, are you referring? Not Wendelina. Who sent me this? I'm acting like I'm old. Oh, 𝗪𝗪𝗪. Are you referring? I keep saying Wendelina. 𝗪𝗪𝗪, are you referring to this post right here? Posted an hour ago from Cali, which is AKA Blueface's sister. She puts on her story an hour ago. If anything happens to my son, Carlissa did it. I'll be home soon, son. I will never have you near that woman again. Somebody told me to go. Well, 𝗪𝗪𝗪 said, sis, go check Cali's story. What does that mean? Can anybody answer that question? I know she was mad about her being half naked the other day, but like I said, these are all the allegations. You know, it's in my opinion. But again, those are the kind of receipts I like to show. This is in real time that Carlissa obviously is doing something stupid and she's putting it on social media because they're not normal and basically saying the mother's unfit and doing something. What are you doing, Carlissa? Let me read some of these comments here. I'm sorry I interrupted, guys. But 𝗪𝗪𝗪 was showing me something. Well, telling me to go look at something, actually. So I'm trying to get down to the bottom. Okay, 𝗪𝗪𝗪. Okay. Yeah, one of my mods was telling me to go look at something. I try to pay attention to my mods just like I know that they pay attention to me because they got to protect me on my platform. Okay. Carlissa did something. Yep. Messed up. Anybody surprised by right. Didn't Carlissa. She was mad. Didn't Carlissa have a black eye? If she did, I didn't see it. I'm treading lightly because I'm sorry. Let me be quiet. I'm about to make me some tea. Y'all can listen to the rest of this. I'm about to make some tea with some honey and some lemon. So let's go back. This is crazy.
No, or does he think, or does he believe that the viewers are going to react of the fact of, we still don't potentially absolutely know what's going on.
We'll come back to that to see if she updates her story.
That's what's going on, because we don't. And we don't have way believe these people.
Now, I know I'm deaf.
Who coming out and saying that
I know I talk loud, but this lady is screaming. I said I talk loud. She's screaming. I have days I scream too. But lady, please, and for the love of God, please stop yelling.
Talks about it, to be honest, and it, Blue Rock. Don't nobody talk about Blueface or a new girl at all. They're not even talking about that. We don't even think about that because I guess it's not. It's just not convincing, or it's just like, okay, we might be in disbelief. I don't know. I ain't gonna say.
I don't know.
It's not believable.
She acting like
it's just not serious. Don't nobody talk about or try to even bother the new girlfriend or think about who the new girlfriend is, or do he have? We just don't believe it. We just can't let that sit.
We just don't know. I think if anybody is focused on any man right now, it's the Lord that Chrisean Rock is choosing to walk with. You know what I'm saying? So
yes.
So I don't, so that's why I think, is this just another way to stir up, the man that stands besides Chrisean Rock, because right now we know what man is standing beside
her.
Right now we know the man that she's interested in, and the man that she's speaking to right now, and the man that she's trying to walk with right now. You get what I'm saying? So to me, I don't think really, the question of whether Blueface or Chrisean's together or whatnot is really solidified in any way in people's minds. I think they're respecting the process of that being something that may just be questionable, but at the same time, respecting the process that, Chrisean Rock's walking with a particular man right now, and that's her God. That's her God's plan. That's what she's kind of doing, right? So this is why I think, Wack's kind of just almost in a way stirring up that little, intent, because I think, the power is not if Blueface has a new girlfriend. The power is if Blueface or Chrisean is really still together or not.
Still over or not. That's what it is. That's where it is. And why we respect that, and I do respect that, because she got to heal even if she was with him, she still got to heal from him. She got to heal from her past trauma with him. And that's why I respect it. I ain't never seen her say, free blue in a while, y'all. I'ma just be real.
I'll say free Blueface. Listen, I want to know what's going on. He needs to come on and start talking and yapping and doing what he does. But you know what? I feel for the ladies on the side, because literally I don't really believe he is going to be serious with any of the jail calls right now. Especially if these are jail calls of people from the past that he's already known, potentially he's already screwed, potentially already done things with. You get what I'm saying? For you to believe that he's now rekindling with you for something really serious, like, I worry for that, and I wish you guys the best. That's what I pretty much say in the DM to these ladies. Like, I can tell you guys what I say to them in the DMs. I just try to, keep it hush up.
Give everything that's great with it. Yeah, they tell you, and that's very respectful. That's very respectful, Blue Rock.
Yeah, no, but what I say to them, it's straight up. I'm just like, like, I wish y'all the best. If that's what you think it is, which I don't really believe. So, I still wish that the best. You know what I mean? And only real girlfriend he had was Jaden. Jacqueline says, and I don't know if that's a badge to wear either, and how that makes Jaden look in the long run, right? But at the end of the day, I bet there's a lot of people might disagree with that. What does this one here say again? Wack want Chrisean to respond, and she's not going to. I don't think she will. Rock has been doing very, very, very good at staying focused and doing what she does. And that's what kind of gets us into the rest of what Wack was saying about Chrisean Rock, because he does speak about her. Okay, so we're gonna get into that. Let's continue playing this video a little bit here while Wack touches his lip there to kind of probably hush up his lies or his fibs or his make believe and stuff there. That's a weird image that we paused it at there.
Yeah, he make believe stuff he got in his head. It be in his head, child.
Right now, I do want to remind people that this is a live conversation show. So if you wish, you can jump on as well and join the conversation. I do appreciate LeJune being here with me because
hi, Latrice.
Hop in, Latrice. Yes, Latrice is telling y'all to go ahead and hit that like button. What you guys waiting for? What does this say? Blue loves rock. He's trying to get through his time. Listen, it's lonely in jail. It's boring in jail. And from what I heard, this is a strong technique that a lot of dudes use when they need some, extra finances, extra time, I guess, and just to keep busy, right? This is, the jail call stuff is real, right? It's a real thing. It's a real hustle, for some, and it just is what it is, right?
Right.
But
and Tasha, we want, but Blue Eye, we want Tasha to understand is we don't want we understand that Rock is rocking with God, so we don't want Rock to be influenced and thrown off a pivot and be distracted at the moment. Cause we know she loves Blueface as well, so we want her to stay on her pivot. We want her to keep her head on the swivel. That's why I see it. But love will never go nowhere when you truly love somebody. But we want her to. I want her to stay on her pivot. Stay focused.
Exactly. And that's the beauty about all this, is seeing how it unfolds. I was even thinking again today that Rock has been so quiet that we really don't know. We don't know what to expect with God's plan and the show of that, right? We really don't know what to expect with that. We do know what to expect.
Because it's social media, Queen
and
Grandma.
Things in the background.
Everybody's trying to be famous.
It's going to be interesting to see, because remember with their first show, Crazy in Love, it's kind of like we all knew what was going on. We all saw people jump on lives here and there and still crash out or whatever the case might be. But this time around, it's really going to be,
different because every like me. I am so for it, not me. I'm the only one talking about it, but now I'm not the only one talking about it. How transpire, why you want to see this transition to her being positive and everything. How I am so excited about it, Lord knows. Oh, I'm excited about it, to be honest. And I love to see somebody transfer, and I love to watch people grow and just transition. I just really want to see where her headspace gonna be at, and how she gonna maneuver. I'm all for it in very encouraging way, in a positive way too. I just all for it. I want to see all that, y'all.
I hear that. So let's continue and listen to the rest of this video here that Wack shares his thoughts, because he does continue and talk now about Chrisean Rock as well. In the end, he talks about Ronnie and what he thinks about the DNA stuff again, you guys. So let's take a listen.
And guess what? Unless there's an officer there that can sign, he could be telling her any goddamn thing. They would never know it.
That's crazy.
Right?
It's a funny story, though.
Guess what? She's going to write a ton of letters.
Okay.
Not guess what? She's going to write him a ton of letters. Are we listening? Are we really hearing this, you guys? I don't know if this is part of explaining something that's going on, explaining something that he wants to happen, explaining that a narrative that maybe they're all planning to run. It's giving a mix of all of it. You know what I'm saying? Because how does it go? Guess what? She's going to be sending a bunch of letters too. And that's why sometimes when I hear viewers say that, some of these people be out here paying people in the background to do random stuff, paying people to do this, paying people to do that. I can't confirm that, not yet. But what I can say to myself is when I hear statements like this, it makes me wonder, are you going to reach out to her, Wack, and be like, start sending Blueface some letters? Let's talk about that.
Cause he not for certain. He's not for certain. He's not for certain.
He don't sound like he's in touch with Blueface
at all.
From that conversation.
That's just crazy. Anyway, let's continue.
But I believe, I seen him. They posted a picture, and I believe I'm gonna wait till he calls me and ask him. But he'd be home in about 8 months.
So all that, and he's like, I'm gonna wait for him to call me so I can ask him. I just want to be clear. So
You're his
all of that
manager.
we just heard, that we just kind of, you know, broke down and kind of shared some of our opinions about, all of what he just said about this new relationship, about this, you know, about her, you know, potentially going and visiting him, and also imagine what Blueface is talking about, because, you know, they're doing the sign language. So unless there's a guard there that knows sign language, you know, who knows what he's telling her, all those things. Oh, you know, she's going to probably be writing a bunch of letters and da-da-da-da. All that stuff, and it all comes back down to him saying, "Oh, well, you know, I'm gonna have to talk to Blueface and see about all that."
He's not in
Like, what does that give?
to get the details.
He ain't talking to him.
Yep.
You know, that's what I was thinking.
That part.
Things that's happening on the blog, seeing things that's being reported, but are you speaking to him? And if so, how often? Because it almost sounds that it almost sounds like you left out as much as Carlissa's left out right now, Wack. So we're starting to wonder.
Blue Rock. Do you hear me? He just say, I don't know about when I talk to him, he be home 6-8 months. So you might wait 6-8 months like Carlissa.
You might wait like everybody else. Wack.
You know what I'm saying? You might be waiting for that 3-way call just like Carlissa at this point. You know what I mean? Because I'm just wondering. You know, odd is like Wack doesn't know anything. It's giving that, right? It's giving, you know, let me post something tonight and see if Wack talks about that in a couple weeks. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, you know, he rambled off about all that stuff and then ended that part of his thought process of, you know, let me talk to him. Let me see when he calls, if he ever does, you know, who knows, right? But Wack, you know, your segment on Blueface is starting to really seem as if you may not know much, right?
At all.
And if you do, please enlighten us. You know, please enlighten us. And last time we did ask for a Blueface call and we got one, so maybe that's what you might want to do. Have Blueface come out and talk some of this silliness and see if anybody believes it.
So Blue Rock,
yeah.
So Blue Rock, let me ask you this: if him being his manager, you still supposed to be marketing him. You still supposed, while he's locked up, you still supposed to be marketing him. You still supposed to be advertising him. You still supposed to be making sure he getting money off of his songs that being played.
Yeah, and he worked on the whole album before he went in. Didn't he drop the whole album?
No, Jaden's doing all that. She should be the manager.
Album the same
a
day.
Whole album. So you telling me that what I'm just gonna get to. So you telling me Wack too busy and everybody else's business, he ain't making sure his artist.
Yeah, what about the merch? What about
and endorsements? Yeah, and the stuff that they need. So you're not talking to him?
And I brought up that many times, you know, and you know, Blueface's team, I keep questioning it, you know, like, what y'all doing? Because we see what Bodine's doing, right? He's securing, trying to get a check over here with Zeus over with Jada.
Yeah,
right. He's up in the
allegedly having sightings of holding hands with Jaden. No, so let me stop. For you. SL Davis said, yeah,
hater pages, chats, and blogs and comments and all that kind of stuff. So we know what's going on there, but where's the money? You know, like, is anybody trying to really help Blueface make more money while he's behind it? Because, you know, with dropping a whole album, you know, and then we're releasing the merch. What's going on, y'all? What's really going on in today's world? Why do we not have a bunch of viral TikTok videos with Blueface's merch and some of his new songs with some kind of
exactly
things being executed?
Why you not advertising him, still marketing his merch,
Why you have the whole internet talking about how Jaden got to work triple time now to bring some money in, but yet y'all got Blueface just sitting there. You know, Blueface is not a Walt Disney character, y'all. Y'all don't need to lock him up in a vault and then bring him out at a certain point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think there's still opportunity to be made, you know, for money rather. And
I think that's well as him too. I think that's well as him because it just seemed like Blueface made his own moves. So that just showed Blueface was making his own moves when he was out here. Blueface would coordinate things and putting things together. Because what are you doing? Who's operating him? Why he behind?
True.
Like,
Blueface looked like he was starting to move like a manager himself, right? Like you're saying.
Yes, he has started moving like a manager himself. Like, real talk.
Yeah, so that makes you wonder, right? That makes me wonder
a lot. That's why I said
I just put Blue Rock TV's link in the chat of this live here. So go subscribe to his channel.
Something I didn't mean to cut you off, but that's like just like okay, what are they doing?
That's it. And I'm just going to remind everyone, don't forget to
Yes,
hit that like button. You know, Rita's there. What's up, Rita? Thanks for joining us as well. Don't forget to hit that like button. And also, I know we nosy just like everybody else. So go ahead and share this in those groups that y'all be in. Some of those crazy chats that you can share the video. Let them know what's up.
What is that noise in the background?
Now let's continue hearing this. Like I said, the part where he starts talking about Chrisean Rock and her current journey and his thoughts on it, you know, it surprised me a bit. It really did. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It did surprise me a little bit. But again, this whole clip of Wack just seems
Wack
like
got cut off.
He's playing on to something, and maybe y'all might get to it better than I will by the end of this video. But take a listen.
Okay. And Chrisean Rock is actually out since our last interview.
Yeah, she's on her best behavior because now she's in Blueface's pre-situation.
What does that mean?
She got to wait to see what the judge gonna do with her. She has 8 years hanging over her head. You notice you haven't seen anything hostile out of her.
So here's the part where I felt that the video was recorded, or this interview was recorded a little bit, you know, in the past here before the date, right? Because Wack is running with the 8 years and narrative, right? And it's interesting to note that this 8-year narrative came from hate pages, right?
And he knows it too, Wack does.
I wish, is Cassandra the paralegal still here? Because I do recall there were people stating that it was never 8 years. It was a total of 4 years. I think it
4 years.
Well,
yes, I've seen that as well.
They doubled it.
Right,
it was only 4 years.
So you know, but for him to say 8 years, what, you know, narrative he's also running with, right? Which to me was quite interesting.
You can't see the look on his face.
Seems like she got the.
Tasha ran with that too.
You can't see the look on his face. He confused as shit. The way he talking. He don't know what to answer back. Asking hard questions he can't answer. He don't, because he don't know.
Peach and Cream says the 8 years came from him. So he gave it to the hate pages, perhaps.
Yep.
Wake-up call when she got locked up.
In a wake-up call, she know that she has to go back in front of the judge.
She's facing 8 years.
8 years.
This is for the whole stealing of the car and driving to Oklahoma.
Violation of the probation. I believe she has 4 different.
And he knows law, so he knows she didn't have 8 years when people were going around. Tasha K too, big channel holder, right? That's a big embarrassment. She should think to herself and her channel running with the 8 years. But Wack 100 knows law. So he could have looked her up like he looked up all these alleged snitches in California, like he ain't a snitch. He could have looked up her information. And I don't even know law, but I was going around telling people the whole time prior to even Chrisean Rock getting locked up that she had 4 years held over her head, and they could make her do the whole 4 years. Prior to her getting locked up in the courthouse, I said she needs to stop messing around and turn herself in. But how can somebody that knows law, and I don't even know law, but this was common sense, what I know, that he's going around saying 8 years. We know that this was previously recorded and Vlad decided to put it out yesterday, whatever. But why was he still running with 8 years? Come on now. Stop it. He knows law.
I just want to take note to the part where just wanted to, sorry, there's feedback coming from your mic.
Yeah,
I don't know
drop
if you have
her
any
down.
background.
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Hold on just a minute.
Yeah, just turn that off. She's all listening to her.
But I did want to make note that y'all notice he said that she's in the same situation as Blueface. You know, that was the impression that he was trying to give. That was the narrative.
If he had a friend in the police station, Wack 100 wouldn't be saying that she had 8 years. He would know it was 4 years that she had held over her head, not 8.
Was trying to give, right, is that she might be in the same situation as Blueface, right? Fabulous says, laugh aloud, she's free, sir. You can keep your 8-year narrative you started. right? You know, and I do want to Ellis and other members in here that are paid members. If you're not a paid member yet, please do that. It does the channel and our growth as well as the research that we have to do. And now, you know, again, more narrative writing. Maybe he was hoping Vlad would have released more of this before the court date happened. Who knows? But let's continue.
2 different charges with 4 years joint suspension over her head. So, you know, and she had said some crazy things when she was like, you know, on her other run about the judge and the DA. So,
do you guys notice that throughout Chrisean's time from even before she was arrested or
why isn't that late? Why is that lady listening to this video?
Always been running with narrative and pushing.
Do you hear that background? That's obviously not Blue Rock TV's background. He just told that lady to turn down her background or mute it or just drop this lady. Come on now, lady, turn that background off.
The narrative of she's been saying crazy things about the DA, crazy things about the judge. You know, I want to, you know, there are receipts about that. Does anybody know about that? Because to me, I do know those times that, you know, she may have been talking about the situation she's in. But I would love to see if anybody got receipts on that, because
I never seen that. Every time I heard that from him. Only time I seen her say was she could not turn herself in right now because of her baby. I didn't hear her say nothing about the judge DA. He wanted her to look like she was talking about the judge DA. He kept saying it. Even when she got locked up down there at the courthouse, he said that. He wanted them people to believe that Chrisean was talking about them.
Right, that to me is kind of what it's giving too, right? Because he keeps running with that one particular statement in his narratives. Every time he brings it up, every time he states he's concerned about what might happen to her, he claims that part of it. That, you know, that she was talking a lot about the DA, she was talking a lot about this person, that person, right? So, you know, I find it interesting that that's always what he's running with. And normally, I would have stopped videos pop up at some point if it was there or are you there? Cassandra, the paralegal, said she's back. Cassandra, earlier we were talking about
you talking about Chayna?
Because Wack made a statement here again saying that Chrisean could have been potentially facing 8 years. Now, I think you had covered something like this in one of your videos, talking about, you know, how, you know, the 4 years or 8 years or how her charge was actually stacked or set. Did you want to jump up and just give us a quick tidbit to that if you wanted? Just that it's currently on topic. Let me know.
I wish this lady would get down, because that's crazy.
You know, we were kind of calling your name. 1 second.
She's listening to.
I'm gonna get back down and check.
Thank you.
Blue Rock, and let Cassandra come up, because I did see her. I did watch her live when she did that.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good.
I know that's crazy about her and that book thing. That is crazy.
All right, you guys, give me 1 quick second here.
Let me see. Like when you look at her social media, you don't see none of the.
What happened? Is this something I'm doing? What's going on? Oh, Cassandra's on there, but what's going on? Why isn't no one talking? That's what I don't understand.
Have to do literally is look at the laws. It
She's
is
breaking up
on Google. You can and you go and you read
that ain't me.
Charges or court.
And Wack continued to had run with the narrative that, you know, there was a potential 8 years. You know, was that a potential, or, you know, were we adding 4 and 4, or was the 4 and 4 to be together? concur.
And that was the thing. They were adding the 4 and 4 together. So by the judge, and that's why it was a deferred sentence. So for each count, it was 4 years. But he was not saying, okay, so let's say that she did have jail time, right? It's not saying she's going to serve the first 4 years for the count 1 and then another 4 years for the count 2. It would just be 4 years running concurrent or simultaneously, however you want to say that terminology. So for here, and so since she violated her probation, everybody was like, oh my God, you know, she's gonna get, now she got to serve the 8 years. And a lot of people don't realize is that it is up to the judge. The judge has the discretion at the end of the day. He's going to take the time that she has already done. Okay. That's why when he sentenced her this time, instead of having a deferred sentence, it's now a suspended sentence of 2 years with an additional 2 year of DOC supervision. So there may be some cases, and there are some cases where people would have to serve, like, you know, the first charge, and then once they finish that, then and people are just things.
Oh no, she's breaking up bad.
All right, you were cutting out there.
Hey, chat. Hey, Cassandra. I did want to ask Cassandra a question, but she went down.
Oh shoot, my bad. But she's probably still in the chat. You want to shoot the question and see if she's still out here?
So, Blue Rock, I don't know if you know, but I've seen some YouTube channels starting to create a narrative that Chrisean's Maryland attorney dropped her. So I want Cassandra to elaborate on that.
Oh yeah, Cassandra did have that on her channel.
Cassandra, if you want to jump out to quickly do that, or you can do that in the chat, and I can read that out for you. That's entirely up to you there. You know, but yes, Cassandra did mention something about that on her
channel.
One sec here. Let me just see if I can pull it up here quickly, because she mentioned something about that on her Instagram. So give me 1 second here. Let me pull that up.
Yeah, they starting to make it a thing, and it's not a thing.
Right.
I know, like Chrisean.
No, and I do want to add something to that though. So because I do know when the other attorney had removed their information, it was because they were being harassed nonstop. Right. The case was over. It was done. You know, normally they don't have to remove their name. You know, it can kind of just sit there. But from what we were told directly from the attorney, you know, through somebody else, but we know it was direct. That was the reason. It was because they were getting a lot of harassments from, you know, the public, and they were simply just not involved anymore.
Right.
Now let me see if Cassandra's here. Let me bring her back up here quickly.
Oh, can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
hey,
we can kind of see you there too as well. What's up? What's up?
I just got finished eating. So about the and I looked up the previous attorney for Chrisean, and he works for the firm where her godparents work at. But I also read that he was appointed to the Baltimore County Circuit Court. So he's he has been appointed to become a judge. Well, and that was October 25th. So October 25th, he was appointed to be judge for Baltimore County. So therefore, he can't be on somebody's case actively representing them because he's a judge, and that would kind of be conflict of interest. So that's it.
Right. Nice. That's good. That's good. And yeah, exactly. And it's good too, because obviously further research was done there, right? And that gives us more of a definite, you know, answer to why this particular attorney needed or would have chose to remove. And with what you're saying, I would assume that this would have been done on any active case or any, you know, case that he would have just closed off. any and all, right? Just to make sure
That's correct. Yeah.
Exactly.
So any cases that he is active, well, that he was representing anybody, any plaintiffs, any defendant, he has to withdraw from those cases because he's now judge.
Perfect. Thanks again.
So shout out to Blue Rock TV. I did put his link in the description. I mean, in the chat. Also, I will put at the top of the description box his link. I wanted to get back on to this Cali situation. Now, somebody was saying that there's a video. Where's the video at that you guys are talking about? Was there a fight that broke out with Carlissa and Cali? What's going on? Because as of an hour ago, it still says an hour ago. So within the hour, obviously she posted this. If anything happens to my son, Carlissa did it. I'll be home soon, son. I will never have you near this woman again. And you know that is farther from the truth. Because you ain't got no other babysitter that's going to, while you travel, take your son and handle her business and also take care of your 2 kids. I don't think that's going to happen, Cali. So I'm wondering what's going on with that. Can anybody in the chat fill me in on it? Because I was doing my live while this was going on. If not, I'm just going to have to be nosy. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. I know it is crazy, right? I'm look on, somebody said it's on Blue Rock TV. Let me see. Blue Rock TV. Let's see. Let me see. All right. Wait a minute. Hold up. I don't know. Maybe it's in the story. I don't know. Let's look in here. I don't see it on Blue Rock TV, to be honest with you. So it's not on his channel. Yeah, something went on. Oh, I forgot to look on Carlissa's. What am I doing? I shouldn't have did that. Hold on one second. Hold on, wait a minute. All right. Carlissa. What is this here? I don't see it on Carlissa's either. So maybe is it down here on her post?
So I'm locked out right now in the cold.
We seen that. We seen that. I'm not looking at that retardedness with her.
You know, setting the mood for just in case we fall.
I'm not looking at that mess either. So I don't know where this post is supposed to be unless she took it down. Well, it shouldn't really be no surprise anyways about Carlissa. She throws rocks, hides her hands. Got to always talk about Chrisean Rock and her dysfunctional family, and she got just much dysfunctional going on as anybody else's family. So we shouldn't be surprised at all that Calista is showing out. Really, we shouldn't be. And I actually the live that Blue Rock TV did, I thought I wasn't actually on the right one. That was actually the second one that I wanted to show you guys. But let me see. Let me look on here. Pop, 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 pop. Yep, I was looking at the wrong one. Because I think this is the one that. This is the one with the voice. Here we go. I knew I was on the wrong one.
Me.
You know how we do it. You know how we do it. So you guys, drop those blue diamonds into chat. Now, voice, is there a
This is what I wanted
particular
you guys to check out.
emoji or so that you drop?
I watched.
Oh, you know, I use the scream emoji a lot. So
I watched both of the videos because the line went across the whole video. Because I watched the whole video. When I'm listening to somebody's live, I don't care if I gotta pause it. I still listen to the whole entire live so that I know what's going on. So this is the last video I watched. I accidentally was showing you the second video that I want to talk about as well. But this one is the one that is the most updated one that I listened to last. And I want you guys to check out. I know a lot of y'all probably did see it. And if you didn't, please go over and subscribe to Blue Rock TV channel. And the link is in the chat.
If you have the yelling emoji, it's the little shouty one. That's the one I use a lot. So I guess we can use that one for now.
Nice. So drop that in the chat. Maybe you want to give them an example in the chat there as well. But I see you guys in there, doing your thing. Deanna, what's up? Just a reminder, we are going to allow the viewers to come up as well and share some of their opinions on what we're talking about tonight. Because we are going to be talking about, I guess, the link is in our description there. But we have a situation, right? And I guess we've heard many different reasons to what may have happened or what may have not happened. And that's what brings us to tonight, because Chayna kind of gave us a little rundown of it, right? But before we get to Chayna's explanation, we did want to bring up something else here that was posted by your favorite paralegal, Cassandra, which kind of gives you some, I don't know if this is, I guess, the report that was submitted, that was part of the, I guess, statement of reasons as it stated up here, to their claim, I guess, right? The voice, anything in particular you wanted to mention about this document that we're looking at?
Right. So I took a little bit of time to look over it, and we're not going to get into the whole legalese because I leave that up to Cassandra. But what I did notice was that they were specific about the fact that it was an S-conduct of a minor that was not her child. And when I looked at that, I looked a little bit further, and I also realized that she says she has no children. And I thought that was a bit strange because it doesn't say that she has X amount of children that she does not have custody of. It just states that she has no children. So I'm curious if she told them she had no children and why she would feel like she had to deny having children. So we have to put that into question too, because there's been some speculation about why she might have done that.
Well, that's true, right? Because if we take a look at the statement here, defendant is 27 years old and has no children, right? So single and has no children, right? Now, I believe from this document or one of the other ones I was looking at earlier, it said it was a 3-year probation that she was given. I don't know when that probation would be up, right? But what I do know is that Cassandra did do a full legal doc talk on this particular matter, right? So she explains it in full detail when it comes to the legal part of it, right? But at the end of the day, we do know a charge occurred. We do know that some of these details here kind of speaks to, Chastity's situation at the time, right? It also if that's just something that, you know, most would have assumed. But at that point, no stable employment as well. Now, I was thinking about the 3-year probation because I don't know when that would have started, right? If it would have started in November of when this was dealt with, or when that would have occurred.
Do you mind if I inject here real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
So when I looked, I realized that it has a disposition of October 22nd. So I'm under the impression that that was when her plea was taken, because when I looked at Cassandra's documents, it shows that she did take a plea. And the last disposition I saw on that was of October. It was the 22nd, 2021. So if they gave her the 3 years, it would make sense why in other documents it showed that she had a warrant, because it also states in this document that she's to have gainful employment. And we all know she doesn't have gainful employment.
Well, that's what I was wondering. That was part of the probation. I guess one of the probation requirements that she had to follow was to get some kind of employment, right?
That's pretty much what it says. She has to obtain and maintain gainful employment for, you know, in shorter terms from all of the words that they said there. That's pretty much it. And we know, we've been watching all this time, Chasity hasn't gone to work. So we know that she hasn't held up that part of the stipulation for her probation agreement. As well as the fact that they stipulated that and she hasn't done it. It just makes me curious where her case stands right now. And if they have figured out that she has omitted having children, or if she just blatantly lied about having children for a specific reason.
Yeah, and you know, and then there was, you know, I know some viewers question whether or not, you know, like for example, she has children, but if she has custody of certain children and so on and so forth, right? Is that anything that you've heard of as well, or?
That's something that we've been hearing. I actually don't have a definite number of children. I think she has 4, because when I've scratched, I saw it was like 2 sons, a daughter, and another daughter, but I'm not for certain if one is being counted twice because one was removed. She has a lot going on when it comes to the situation at hand regarding her children. So, like, it was stated that she could not have the baby in Baltimore, Maryland, because she was not allowed to have contact with children alone, so that they would have taken that child. I can't find any supporting documents for that, so that's alleged right now, but it seems from the way that she's carrying on that it may be a possibility that there's a little bit of validity and truth to that. So we'll have to dig a little deeper and find out about that too.
Yeah, and you know, and the job thing again, you know, I guess most are wondering, even in the chat, some are wondering, you know, what job, when, you know, so I guess some are assuming that that definitely was a probation requirement that may have been not met, right? That, right? So, you know, another thing to notice
I don't know
about
why
this particular situation is it states that it was a guilty plea, right? So my understanding is that's just, you know, straight going to, you know, I'm guilty, let's work out a deal type thing, right?
That's pretty much the way it goes. Most people usually will plead guilty as soon as they find something that is befitting where they may not get jail time. So they're willing to take that plea deal to avoid jail time or a more harsh sentence that they might get if they try to fight it. That's known to happen a lot.
Yeah, so that's interesting there as well. You know, no need to fight it, just kind of going straight to it. Now, you know, Chasity, you know, had something that I guess she wanted to get off of her chest when a lot of this information now started to go around, and you know, the viewers are now asking, you know, what's going on, Chasity? Is this true? What's happening? So, you know, at a moment here, and you had captured that and posted it on your IG. We're getting to that before we get to the China video, right?
Yeah, we're gonna take a look at what Chasity has to say. I kind of feel like that. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. But I was gonna just simply say, before that, was there anything in particular here with the documents that you wanted to still comment about?
Not too much. We pretty much touched on the most important parts. Like I said, it did specify that the S conduct was endangering of the minor, and that it was not a child that she was a custodial parent to. So they are specific in saying that it is a minor and that it was something inappropriate that happened. Now, it's not detailed. When you dig into it, it doesn't have the full description of the complaint. But when you look at the statute in those codes right there,
she stuffed the edible in the minor's bra. What are you doing putting it in that area? That's questionable to me, in my opinion.
It kind of shows you where they're going with it. So she pretty much poached and preached on this child's morals, so to speak, with the S conduct that happened, that they engaged in. And like I said, when we get to see what she actually says versus what Chayna says, you'll be able to formulate your own opinion about where it's kind of going and what road it's going down.
Yeah, so you know, I see the moderators in the chat, you guys. I appreciate y'all. Now, don't forget, everybody that's watching, go ahead and hit that like button, not the heart in the bottom right hand corner. You can tap that too. Ain't nothing wrong with tapping that too. But for now, go ahead and hit that like button, you know, by closing the chat and hitting the like button. Get those likes up. You know, it's a late night here for some of us, Eastern Standard Time. I get it, you know. But it's a show nonetheless. You know, some of y'all be sipping your tea, some of y'all sipping your coffee, some of y'all, you know, doing some extra activities, recreational activities. That's cool. It's all good. Some of y'all still on a Sunday evening, and some of us here are waiting to go to sleep for a Monday night, to start our Monday morning rather. But let's get into what Chasity had to say, because, you know, like I said, the buzz started to go around. At first she didn't really say much, and now, you know, she has something to say. And sometimes that's what happens, you know, when the tea gets out and people start talking about it, you know, they got something to say. So let's hear that out. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull Chasity up here.
I don't care what nobody say about me, because it ain't true. My said I was locked up for fucking child abuse. I was not locked up for child abuse. I had a VOP for going out of state and selling edibles on the boardwalk. I violated parole, getting booked. Like, y'all just weird, like making up shit, or like finding shit that you think you know and adding more shit to it. Like, get that shit out of here. Like, y'all.
So you hear she's saying that, you know, y'all.
So why did when the girl's bra? She's just trying to like give the clean version of being violated. Yeah, but what did you get violated for? What were the charges for? You know what they're for. Because if they weren't serious, you would have said what the charges were.
Y'all, I don't know who she's referring about or talking about in particular, but she is saying, you know, y'all be making up some stuff. Why are y'all making up all these things? Why are we making up all these things? You know, but just like we kind of showed you guys here a bit earlier, right?
They got
these
the
are not
receipts.
Made up things, right? Maybe she's talking about some of the narratives about these things, but it's not made up. You know, it's here in black and white.
It's right in front of us. It couldn't be made up. Something happened. And I guess we'd have a little bit more respect for her concerning the situation if she was upfront and forward and said, yes, something happened and it was taken wrong or whatever. We not necessarily would believe it, but we would understand, okay, you're coming to the forefront. But saying to us, I don't know what this is crazy. It's like insulting our intelligence because we can see it.
Well, they do it all the time, insulting our intelligence.
And that's a good point, because I always say the viewers here at Blue Rock TTV, they're definitely critical thinkers. So to have us see these documents, to have us visit your favorite paralegal Cassandra's video and have her break down, you know, these legal documents in front of us, and then for you to jump up and say, you know, I'm just kind of wondering where she's really going with this, right? But let's continue. No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying in the words of Chayna, facts. Like these are facts right in front of us. You can tell us anything, but we can see the facts right in front of us. It's in black and white. It's public record. Everybody
exactly
can
what
see it.
Sharice just said. It's in black and white. So how's it made up? She needs to stop lying. That's exactly what we're saying. So let's continue hearing what she has to say. And Sharice, thanks again for being a member. For those who aren't a member yet, definitely, you know, hit that member link, become a member, show your boys some support. The more you support Blue Rock TVs, the more we can kind of do and bring more and upgrade and do our things and, you know, bother certain donut holes here and there and things and stuff and that. Like, who knows? Who knows? The possibilities are endless. But nonetheless, let's continue with the video here 1 second.
I don't got time to be entertaining that and all that. We never raised this shit where I'm going to be getting on live and I'm going in, because there's a lot of shit to say. Well, what the f I'm doing that for? And we family. That's some clown ass shit. I'm not doing all that. Yeah, because I am the female Mookie, period.
She's crazy. She
Now you
crazy
did
than a
flash something there on
bed
the
bug.
screen quickly, voice on your video you shared earlier on, I'm just bringing, couldn't see there clearly. What was this that you flashed on the screen at the point, of that video, at the time of that video while you were displaying it for the people?
So that was actually a screen grab that I got from the New Jersey courts document system. And so one, it kind of brings a little bit of validity to what China is saying, and we'll be able to see that shortly. But two, it also highlights that little red arrow showing the charge that she's kind of saying doesn't exist. So there's that. Like I said, I found it, and I'm just a regular layperson. And Cassandra found and went in depth. Everybody who made up these things about you, the next person we're going to see saying they have some defamation lawsuit is her for something made up. Like, it's getting to be a bit much. If this is something that happened and it was nothing,
she gonna be next
say
saying
that.
it. Trust me.
Coming out and saying we don't see what we see is ridiculous. And when I heard what China had to say, it just made me wonder. She had to have spoken about something to her or someone with her or some knowledge of it for her to know where it happened. So that's another thing.
Or maybe, who knows, maybe her viewers are paying up and the secrets are about to really be spilled. Who knows? But one thing here Kristen said, I'm glad she blocked me. I ain't got to hear her mouth. And I'm part of that block party now too, y'all. I search for Chasity.
It's a club. Let's get jackets.
Can't find her no more. So I guess I may be blocked. Maybe she removed her page for a bit. I don't know.
I'm definitely blocked for sure. She definitely blocked me. I'm blocked, 100% blocked.
But it definitely made me think. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It made me think I might have like a block dedication type moment for the show at some point. Where I'm gonna highlight some of the people that blocked me along the way.
Don't feel bad. I'm blocked on people's channels, and I never even had no interaction with them. Never even talked about them on my channel. And I'm not gonna say any names or point any fingers and start any trouble. But it's really funny that people speak on being blocked. I'm not talking about Blue Rock TTV, okay? Process of elimination, okay? And that's as far as we're gonna go with it. But I've never in my life had any contact via DMs, phone call, calling them on IG, not even mentioning their name, even on my channel one time. When I was able to go onto the IG page, I would share some of their work. But I would never badmouth nobody, and I try to just pick and choose my battles because I don't want to be a messy channel holder. It's bad enough I get trolled and harassed by people who don't like me because I'm a supporter of Chrisean Rock. So I try to just tread lightly, stay in my lane, and just be, the age that I am and not my shoe size. You know what I mean? Because this is just the internet.
Way and kind of have maybe a little ceremony for them or something. I don't know. I'm gonna figure out what it's gonna look like, but it might be a nice little jar or something to build.
That sounds fun.
Make sure y'all hit the
that
like
sounds
button.
Fun. That sounds
what I'm saying? Maybe I have a whole full jar or something full of people that represent the ones that block. I don't know. We'll figure it out, y'all.
And maybe show the last straw. Like, this was what did it. This is what made them block me. That might be interesting.
You know how some people, show up photos and all this stuff. Listen, I'm gonna think about it, y'all, or send me some DMs, give me some ideas, but it's gonna be funny. Here's TYMCK52 says she blocked me too. Listen, we all part of that block party, right? Exactly.
She'll probably be blocking me soon.
No, we do got a live viewer here. Lejeune, what's going on? What's up?
I'm probably part
Hi,
of the
Blue
block
Rock. Hi, everyone. I came in late. Hi.
I got tongue-tied.
Psychotic experience of the psychic.
Oh God, please let.
Just going through her psychic right now. When she was on Jason Lee's show and her and Blueface first appeared, you remember that, Blue Rock?
Yeah.
Okay. He asked her. He said, Blueface was on there with her too. He said, what is it about Blueface that you love about him? And she was like, why are you so connected to him? And she said, he feels like home. You go back, we got the receipts. I always go over things too as well. And he said, what you mean feel about home? She said, I don't know. It just, it's safe, I feel loved. But that wasn't the case. She come from a narcissistic, abusive family. When she went there, she wasn't always healed from the abuse. So that's why she was always up in defense mode, didn't want to leave. She really, really tried hard not to go back home. Because she stood there, and like you were saying about the day when Wack even tried to put her, we was talking earlier today, was trying to put her out the house, and she was saying, I still got clothes in there and didn't want to leave. But Blueface came to her defense. He didn't want her to leave either. She didn't want to go home. That family do not believe in confronting no truth. I don't care if you got proof, catch them red-handed. Them are personality traits, a behavior pattern, or narcissistic people. Their traits are it's a repetitive pattern. If you even catch them red-handed, like Shiki was ready to fight her about her telling the truth on her, they are abusive. And one thing about it, they do not like to own up to their truth. And one thing about narcissistic people, they do wrong and don't feel like it feel right in their eyes, but it be wrong. And she comes from an abusive, narcissistic family. This just shows you the character of these people that not wanted to own up to the truth. That's all Chasity not doing. That's what she wanted. Everyone blocked. She wanted fans out of business. Last week she put up a post. Y'all fans need to stay out of family business. She speak on things that relate to their guiltiness, like their guilty conscience. I'm going to say their guilty conscience. Because if you wanted the fans, Chrisean fans out your business, why you didn't speak up at the sit down to tell Tifa friend it was family business?
I looked at the last 2 lives that he did, so I went and clicked on the wrong one. I did want to share both of the lives with you, but I shared them in the wrong order. So this is the most recent one that I'm sharing now. Yep, that's the one you sent me, OD.
And not only that, I mean, the close friends stuff, was it not answering questions about family? Was it not offering that?
Yes, it did. I'm going to tell you why. Because it wasn't coerced like Latifah thought it was. See, they do not know how to take out what people say. I'm going to show you how highly, let's say, unintelligent, narcissistic people is. They thrive off ego and ignorance. She is so, that's alliteration of it. They do not know how to take out contents. And like you say, we have critical thinkers over here of what people saying, even though they might have coerced it and ran by. Tesehki is so illiterate. She did not know how to take out the contents of what her friend was saying before she let her get on there and say it. See, the stuff that we pull out of the sit down, they don't have that type of awareness to know that they was, incriminating themselves. They do not have that type of self-awareness. See, when we pulled that out, that's when they kept, and like people been saying, they keep responding back. When we was pulling out the right content and putting up on the vlogs, and y'all was, when they started getting angry about it, because they don't have that type of sensibility to pull out the right content. And we did that made them, be distorted in their thoughts, and they've been saying something and speaking out, and Chasity blocking people, and she kept coming online all last week saying something.
I agree. It can get quite tough for them. It can definitely get quite tough for them. And now, a bunch of us is being blocked. Like somebody asked earlier up here in the comments, if you have the screenshots of what you posted that you think may have got you blocked, you can post them as well. Now, I don't know. I can't tell you for sure. She never reached out to me, nothing like that.
Yeah, I can't say what it was that what straw it was that broke the camel's
And
back.
Lejeune,
I'm
I do
not
want
for
to thank
sure.
you again, you know, for stepping up on stage and sharing your opinions for sure, for sure. Sorry, Voice, what were you saying?
No, I was just saying I have no idea which straw it was that broke the camel's back that made her block me. I have no idea.
I have no clue, but we did see a lot of examples in the past of, you know,
each other.
You know, what seemed to be good exchanges between her and Rock
Things that
fans,
make
and
you
then
go,
all of a sudden, you know, they may ask the wrong thing or may not have enough to give or something like that, and all of a sudden they get blocked, right?
Well, you know what I also realized? A lot of what Lejeune said is actually really accurate. So it's like narcissistic people have their own false narrative already painted in their head. And like she said, even if it's not rehearsed or coerced beforehand, right? So we're fortunate enough to be able to be watching it third party, whereas they're living in that moment. So once they see that the picture they painted in the picture that's about to be painted for everyone, they panic. And that's why her friend ended up saying more than what she should have and expecting that we just believe Tesehki say, no, that's not what she said. But no, we saw what she said. The same way Tesehki said, is AJ and Tay there? And then she looked directly at Chrisean and said, no, I said, hey, is Tay there? I said, hey, no, we saw what you said. So narcissists tend to do that. So she's right about that. They will have how they expect it to play out in their head. And then when it doesn't go that way, they start to panic and the whole script gets thrown out the window. And they're just going to try to tell you what you saw and tell you what you heard. So I agree with her about that. She's on point when it comes to that part.
Right. I agree. And you guys, there's 184 people in the chat. What's up? What's going on? Don't forget to hit that like button. If you're new here, hit that subscribe. You know, thanks again for joining us tonight. Mod, shout out to you guys for holding it down with us tonight. Now I do know a lot of people are a bit you know, I don't know. I guess they want to hear what Chayna had to say, because there's some people who don't know yet. They have not checked it out. They haven't heard, you know, the video, and they want to know, like, you know, what did Chayna say about this particular incident? Because Chayna gave details, y'all. Drop some blue diamonds and some shouting emojis there if y'all want to hear the details there, and because we're going to go through it. You know, either way, we're going through it. If you haven't shared this video, go ahead and share it as well. And if you're catching this on the replay, say what's up in the comments. You know, we're watching the comments as well. So the Voice, any other comments about anything that we've covered
Chayna
so far
gonna
before
throw
we move
anybody
forward?
under the bus to get a coin.
No, I don't really have too much more to say. I want to let them see this video of Chayna, because I know that that is going to spark a lot of conversation, because everybody has such different opinions of her. There's some people who avidly support her. There's some people who are avidly against her. I'm neither. I just take in what she says and I get from it what I can. So I'm really interested to see what they have to say when they see her interpretation of how the situation played out and the way it was delivered to her, because I thought it was really interesting.
I hear you. So we'll get to that for sure, for sure. And now let me just pull that video up here. Now, I do want to say to you guys, I did go ahead and drop the StreamYard link as well. So after we play the video, if you want to share some of your opinions live, you can jump up with us as well. So let's get to the video.
She was in Jersey. Facts. They were selling, she was allegedly selling edibles. And this is facts. Facts. Because one of my kids was going up there with her. Yeah. And I kept telling her, you crazy girl, you better chill. Like, that ain't, you know what I mean? Y'all trafficking, driving all the way up, ain't no way in the world. So long story short, she get caught up. Facts.
Facts.
Y'all hear me out. She ran into this little girl, and I guess the little girl was trying to get a edible from her, allegedly. And the grandmother filed charges. The little girl grandmother filed charges on Chasity.
Because she put the
And said
edible in her
Chasity was
bra.
touching this little girl inappropriate. Facts. Chasity told me I just put the edible in her bra. Well, why would you do that?
Exactly. Why
Like,
do that?
and she said she didn't know how old the girl was.
I think that's my favorite part.
Which part?
When she says, well, why would you do that? That was what made me feel like the story was a bit sincere. And not saying it's sincere that Chasity necessarily was the person who told it to her, but the way she spoke on it gave me the impression that someone spoke on it to her and she's kind of verbalizing her back and forth with this person, because when she's like, well, why would you do that? You know, that's like your inside thought when somebody says that to you. Like, why would you do that? So that was kind of what gave me the feeling like she might be telling the truth about this story, this one.
She said this one.
I heard that. Now the chat, some people in the chat are saying that when Chayna says facts, she's lying.
Listen, I can attest to sometimes that is definitely true. I don't know why this story set out to me that way. I kind of believe what she's saying, just from the descriptive words and the way that she has her inside thought out loud, made me feel like she got told this story by either Chasity or someone who was there.
Louisiana girl, jump up and explain to us why you think she's lying.
Right, because I really want to hear your opinion. I feel like you might give me another perspective.
She did say that one of her children went up with Chasity. Did I hear that correctly?
That's exactly what she says. She says one of my kids went with her, and she said to her kid, you know, that's interstate and, you know, drugs, etc. But okay, because I can't tell you what to do. So I felt like maybe this story came from her kid, or it could have come from Chasity. But I don't feel like it's just something she just made up. That was just the vibe I got from the way she spoke about it. It was kind of, you know, matter of factly, like, this is what I got told.
Facts.
Yeah, Kristen here is saying that she gives truth mixed with shit. You know, and I hear that, and that's, you know, I kind of commented on the voice post there earlier, saying the same thing. You know, like sometimes, you know, she could be dropping the truth, but at the same time, sometimes she drops
mixing
things that
them
just,
lies.
you know, kind of ruin the credibility a bit,
Exactly.
a lot of bit,
too
some
extra
bit.
with it.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
No, I definitely agree with that. That's why I really scrutinized what she had to say on this one, because I'm always one of those people that is hard to convince. And so I stay on the fence with her sometimes, because she does mix the truth with some mixy stuff. And some of it is unbelievable. And it's like, this one kind of stood out to me. I don't know. Also, because we have so much validity in what happened with Chasity, and what she says kind of supports what we see in black and white. So I don't know.
It does kind of make you question, right? And then, you know what, you know, I guess you always got to think about the motive, you know, like what motive, chat, you know, maybe y'all can think about this as well, or people on the replay. What motive would Chayna have to kind of make up a lie like this, or run with a storyline like this? What motive?
Because, like, what does she really have to gain? And like I said, if she wanted to, like, really throw her under the, she could have kind of dragged it out. It was a lot more that could have been said to embellish on this kind of story, and it be believable, because we see the charge there in front of us in black.
She does drag stuff out. It's, you know, people just don't be listening to no 2 or 3 hour lives that she be doing. She be up here for a minute, so you could be missing a lot. But she drags everything she says out. She could start off, Chayna could start off telling the truth, and then it's not even, you know, legible anymore. You can't even read it, let alone understand it, because she didn't added something to it, which makes it now into a lie, you know, because she's putting extras on it.
So that was like another point where I was like, she had an opportunity to really drag her if she wanted to, and she didn't, because that was a light version of what could have possibly happened.
That's not who she's after.
That actually happened. She could have made it sound way worse than it sounds.
True, I hear that. So, I mean, you know, just for some people kind of wanting that replay, let's go ahead.
She was in Jersey. Facts. They were selling, she was allegedly selling edibles.
Fact.
And this is facts. Facts. Because one of my kids was going up there with her. Yeah. And I kept telling her, you crazy girl, you better chill. Like, that ain't, you know what I mean? Y'all trafficking, driving all the way up, ain't no way in the world. So long story short, she get caught up. Facts. But she run into this little girl. Y'all hear me out. She ran into this little girl, and I guess the little girl was trying to get a edible from her, allegedly. And the grandmother filed charges. The little girl grandmother filed charges on Chasity and said Chasity was touching this little girl inappropriate. Facts. Chasity told me I just put the edible in her bra. Well, why would you do that? Like, and she said she didn't know how old the girl was.
Yeah, that's a violation to the highest.
So she didn't know how old the girl was.
Yeah. So there's another thing.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was agreeing with you. I was saying, so there's another thing, like you didn't know how old she was, so why were you selling her edibles? And if your hand was in her bra, allegedly, facts, why would you do that?
Facts.
Not allegedly, facts, right? And the thing is, another thing to note is that China is, she's making it sound like this was a conversation too that she had, with Chasity directly, still hearsay, but she is saying that this is, a conversation that she had with her directly in a sense, right? Because the way she's explaining the stories as if Chastity's, replying back to her or answering some of these questions. Voice, you tell me about facts.
Facts.
Right. But it is what it is, right? You know what I mean? And China could be giving us the story here to the charges of what we see that Chasity pled guilty to.
Also, what was concerning to me, did you notice that she says the girl's grandmother supposedly called, right? So it raises another question for me, because if all you actually did was this, right? What would make the grandma call on you? Did the grandma call because of the edibles? Did the grandma call because of the inappropriate touching? And if the young female didn't find it inappropriate, what was conveyed to the grandma that would make her call? So a lot of things went through my head when I heard China tell that version of the story. And I just felt like this is one of the occasions where I'm a little bit leaning more towards believing most of this story that she's telling. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, and I hear you. And when you think about the story that she's telling, it somewhat seems like it kind of adds up and points to some of the counts that you see on here, right? There is some sort of, I guess, drug affiliation, right? So it's kind of there, right? So it almost kind of draws a picture to make it seem that the story that China is spilling, I guess, is true, allegedly, facts, right? And if so, then why? Why the sisters kind of turning, right? I guess for some, this is not really a shock to them that China would be spilling these kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And saying some of these things, but why now? Is she really getting paid? Is there going to be more that China is going to spill? Right? Is Chasity going to speak back about some of these, details or address it at all? I think these are some of the things that we're going to question, right?
I also question why they ignored her so much up until now. They normally have rarely addressed China and the things that she says. They rarely address her. They pay her dust. But I noticed there's been more of an online presence response to her than there's ever been before.
It seems like the whole family
I noticed, hit dog will holler. So it got touchy when she mentioned certain things. And that's when
because China's now painting the whole family in a bad light. Like they're the Hills Have Eyes, like the Chainsaw Massacre family. Like she's making them out to be like the most dysfunctional family on the planet. Yeah. To me, this is the all-time worst that China has dragged her family. I would speak up too, especially if I know I did it. I'm keeping it real. I'd be like, we can't let this leak out.
I noticed she became a target.
That's not something people admit to. If the allegations are not allegations and they're true, they're the allegations because we don't know. We weren't there, but man, ain't nobody admitting to that if they really did that.
For them, whereas before they really didn't used to give her that much attention. So it makes me wonder all these times where I, found fault in so many of her stories or just didn't quite believe some stuff she said. It's now making me go back and look at certain things and see if I can find the truth in any of the things that I doubted before.
I'm not thinking that she's lying about everything, but I think she adds.
And that's interesting because, we both know there's a bunch of receipts out there, right? There's a bunch of things that have been said and I as well, y'all go out, take a look, if there's anything that you notice is kind of strange or odd or whatever, send us some DMs, we're going to take a look at that as well and see what's going on. Cause now we got, Shanae, what is that? Shanaea? Shanaea saying, this story doesn't make sense. Which part of the story, Shanaea, does not make sense?
Make sure y'all hit that like button.
Also, you can jump up quickly to add your comments. We are going to bring the show to an end shortly, but if you guys wanted to jump on and add some of your commentary, you can as well.
Yeah, I'm really curious as to whose story. Is she saying Chastity's story doesn't add up? Is she saying Chayna's story doesn't add up? Or is she saying Chayna's story of the story doesn't add up? I'm a little confused. I would really like it if she could elaborate a little bit. I know that, like I said, she's told a lot of grand stories, but there's always a little bit of truth to some lies. It starts with something. So I'm curious.
I don't know, and I hear, because I question, like, why throw your daughter in there or your child in there? Because I don't know who, right? But why throw your child in there, right? Why say that one of your children was there as well? Sometimes I wonder, it's given, does it help the storyline, or is it given that, does it help make us realize that it's more so of the truth? Because why would somebody mention that unless it's the truth, right? Who knows, right? But now Tawana did say no proof of nothing, right? Because that, that is one thing. But again, I don't. Maybe that's a good question for Chayna, right? What was this conversation done over the phone? Was it done via text? Like, who knows, right? Who knows what proof was there, and if any, why was it not displayed? Because you're right. This is just Chayna's word. Like I said, it's hearsay. It's something that Chayna is saying occurred.
That's why I'm kind of disappointed that there wasn't no damage control done. I ain't gonna name drop or whatever. Like I said, I don't tell people what they want to hear. I tell them what they need to hear. But I think that to some level, there should have been something owed to the public to debt this. Like, something should have been said, maybe on Chrisean Rock's part. This is just my opinion from a distance. Just saying, man, don't pay people respect Chrisean enough to listen to. I'm not saying everybody's gonna listen to what Chrisean said, but it would debt it like how we collectively as a community debt Ronnie when he was, every time he popped himself out and tried to do a smear campaign on Chrisean Rock, he went away for a while. I think that if Chrisean Rock kind of sort of got up and publicly said, even if it's just to shut people up, that these are all lies, my family are going through turmoil, please don't feed into it, even though people still would feed into it, but not, I don't think, to this magnitude. Even if it wasn't lies, or that, we have serious issues, and not lie and say, we have serious issues going on in our family. Please don't entertain it. Please ignore my sisters that are going back and forth with each other, especially my older sister, Chayna, because it's just going to add more fuel to the fire. Just ignore. I know, you're human. You're going to listen to it, but please don't feed into it. I'm moving forward in my life on my spiritual journey, and I need your support. People probably would have, a lot of people would have backed off, and they would have been like how they've been with Chayna, with whatever. You're just the older sister trying to be somewhere or get somewhere, clout chasing off of your sister. And, why did you even come over here from Instagram? Go back over to Instagram. You're nothing but trouble. And they would have took her serious, I really think. If maybe Chrisean Rock made a public appearance and just said something 60 seconds. Just to kind of sort of dead it. You know what I'm saying? Just, even if it didn't accomplish anything, just make an effort to try to diffuse this. And I don't know, that's just my opinion. I'm not trying to say that these are the facts, or what I'm saying is this is what would have stopped it, but at least make an attempt to try to diffuse this so it wouldn't have got this far.
That she's heard, but she claims she heard it directly from Chasity, right? And then what if China does get her child to step up and talk her side of the story, right? Like,
Grandma,
what would be the say then, right? Like, how would
Make sure
people
y'all
feel
hit
then?
that like button, please.
I would be interested to know which child was with her. I would like to hear from them, just out of
Didn't have
curiosity.
none of her kids but Tristan.
But when it comes to like the proof, I mean, her arrest record is enough proof to know that there's some kind of validity to the story. There was some conduct with a minor at some point that she was being charged with. So even if China's story isn't 100% accurate, that part alone seems to be accurate in the fact that it was in New Jersey. And if we run back Chasity talking on her live, she validates some of what China said as well, inadvertently. I don't know who went live first, but she validates some of China's story in her own version of events in the beginning of what she says. So I don't know. It could go either way when it comes to China and her, the way she likes to embellish in her stories. But like I said, I believe there's a little bit of truth in there somewhere. And I'm curious which child was in the car with her. That is a good question.
And I agree. I believe it's Shania. What's going on? What's up? How are you doing?
Hey.
Hello. My name is Shania. I was saying China's story kind of doesn't make sense. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, so what makes you think that?
Because it's like, okay, with the story, the question is, to me, the grandmothers is where it don't make sense. Like, for her to know Chasity and call the cops on Chasity, was Chasity coming around more than once? Like, was it the way the story is being told is like this was like a one-time thing, but if the grandmother was saying like she was touching on her granddaughter or caught her, wouldn't Chasity have to be more around for that, for her to pinpoint or figure out that's the person that had to do that to her granddaughter? Right, that's what I'm saying. It makes sense at certain parts. It makes sense, but to me that's where the story falls apart. Like, how did the grandmother just be like, okay, you did this to my granddaughter?
And I kind of hear that, but what if it was as simple as, the grandmother being nosy, peeping outside the door when the granddaughter run out the house quickly to go meet somebody, and all of a sudden they see Chasity leash over. You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows, right? Because I don't really know that part of it, but a lot of people are questioning the same thing you're questioning in the chat, right? How does the grandmother get involved? How did she know about Chasity, right? Was Chasity, are they friends? Are they family friends? Like, how much of this?
See, that's why sometimes police reports, it just causes just as much confusion as somebody just getting on their channel, going live, and just stating their opinion on how it seems to be. Because when no one was in the flesh, and there's nothing like reading a legal document, but we weren't in the flesh. We don't know these people in real life. They were in another state. We're not mind readers or mediums. There's no way for us. We're just speculating. Even with the criminal docket, a docket number with what the crime is. It still doesn't tell you anything. It tells you the charges. But like what took place, how it took place, what time it took place. Was it day? Was it night? Was it morning, afternoon? You know what I'm saying? Did the girl walk up to China? Did China walk up? Not China. To Chasity. Did Chasity walk up to the girl? We don't know none of the details. I don't get it. So it's like, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You got people who are reading receipts, legal documents with what she got arrested for, but it's still unclear how it went down. And it's going to always be mass confusion, because if the parties that are involved are not willing to share the information with you, then it's going to always be allegations, speculations. That's it. Opinions. opinions. We don't know these people in real life. We see them on social media, and they're more active than a lot of people that make money on social media. You know what I'm saying? So we think that we know them in real life when we don't. That's still just a smidget of their life that they're sharing with you. You don't imagine what they do when they turn off that camera. And people are just so in the matrix. It's like it's hard for you guys to understand that and grasp that. It's crazy.
You know, do we really know? Who knows? But was this just a first time? I don't think so, right? Maybe she was chopping to somebody that she kind of somewhat knew, right? Maybe the grandmother saw something through the window that she was unhappy about and asked about it, and then boom, everything just comes out. I don't know. That's just me speculating, but the chat is wondering the same thing you're wondering, right? So I guess to you, that's why you're questioning the story overall, is because the part about the grandma.
Yeah, it's like the other stuff, I ain't gonna lie, it does make sense. I have a hard time believing China, but the other side of the story makes sense. It's just the grandmother part. It's like that's the most random part of it all. How did she get there? Like you said, even if it was a one-time thing, like what led, like, you know what I'm saying? Just what led the grandmother to get there? Like you said, what did she follow? Like it has to be more to this grandmother side. That's what's throwing me off. Like I feel like if that wasn't in there, maybe it'd have made more sense. But since that's been thrown in there, it's like, okay, where her grandmother come from?
No, I agree with that. I also thought about the fact when she's talking, she says, long story short. So I'm wondering if there was more to the story that she left out. Because she's just like, she says that, and then she says, long story short, the grandmother is the one who called the police or whatever. So I don't know if she summarized it or if that part of the story doesn't exist, but you make a good point. You make a really good point. But I noticed she does say that when she's talking, you know, she kind of paraphrases the story. She's like, long story short, the grandmother called the police on her. So what's the rest of the story? I want to hear the rest of the story. I'm going to give Chayna $10 to tell me the rest of the story.
Oh, no, she didn't.
Oh, and another thing, y'all keep saying, why are they just responding? Because Terrain is just responding because when this all came out, Chayna never said nothing about Terrain, and then till Rock exposed her truth, then she just started coming for Terrain, and I think people started sending Terrain what she was saying, so that's what made Terrain go off. Same thing with Chasity. They wasn't like ignoring her. I don't think they really knew of the extent to what she was saying. Rock came out with her story. People start sending them things. So now that's why they're, going at her like that. But Tessa always been going at Chayna for this. She's been going at Chayna back and forth about the allegations for like the longest, if no one knows. But she has. So when y'all see stuff about snakes and stuff, she's not talking about Rock. She's talking about Chayna. Them two been added about the allegations for a while.
True.
That's
an interesting point, right? And I don't know some things, especially about Terrain and them, and that's a lot of them are kind of new to me, and I'm trying to follow, but it's good insight. Thanks for sharing that. Angela, what's going on? You're here as well. What's up?
Hey, everybody. So I'm going to the point where people are confused about the grandmother and all of this. So we got to keep in mind, this is supposed to be a minor. We don't know how old the minor is. So maybe the minor didn't want to make a statement, and maybe she did make a statement. We don't know. I know if something happened to my grandchild, he's going to come and tell me. So I'm a little confused why that is like so far-fetched to people that the grandmother is involved. Anybody's going to grandmother probably question, like Blue Rock said, we're just, thinking if she came inside, maybe the granddaughter looked a little wary. Again, it was said that this was put inside her bra. Maybe her grandmother said, what you got in there? Why was you out there so long? Like, we know how older people tend to question people. That's one. Another thing I wanted to say, a lot of people, this is why the truth is being slid by people, because people like to say, oh, China's lying. That's how they, meaning the Malones, get away with a lot of stuff, because they have that facade over people that China likes to lie. Yes, she tells lies about things, but she's not lying about everything. Okay? She was there. She was the sister. She lived with these people for a certain amount of time. So she knows some things. Like, how many people have sisters and brothers? You going to tell their sisters and brothers that they're lying about their own sisters and brothers? We understand she was locked up for certain things, but come on. People really baffle me when they start saying certain things. It's like people don't want to know the truth. If this is the sister, the oldest sister, she knows her brothers and sisters. And the reason why the Malones come out and start saying things, because that's obvious. When you don't want nobody to know the truth, what are you going to do? Start ganging up on the person, trying to make the other people think, oh, no, she's lying. You could look at Chasity and see certain things about her. Like, you could look at Tesehki and see certain things about her. Like how The Voice said, some things you can just put two and two together. I'm a visual person. I could look at a person and know a lot of things about you just looking at you. And everybody knows on this internet, Tesehki and Chasity stay lying. There's several receipts. The daughters, to go back to the point about the people saying the daughters have no problem. There are several lives with Chayna and her daughters all over YouTube. The daughter said, I'm waiting for them to say one thing about me. And she said, I'm going to air everybody out.
Hey,
So y'all
Cyrus.
going to think everybody's lying because it's what attached to China? People have to like really, start using their common sense and know like certain things is lies. Yes, we know China put stuff in the game, but how did the grandmother come about? This is a minor we're talking about. There had to be an adult that knew something to make this report. Again, Chasity lied about having kids. Everybody knows she has, to clear it up for The Voice, she has 2 sons and now a daughter. Her 2 kids were taken away. That's why she lied about having kids, because if they would have known she's not supposed to be in contact with her kids. Remember, this is in Jersey. Her background is in Maryland. So she's telling Jersey that because it's going to take a minute for Jersey to find out her real background. So right in the moment that she got locked up, she could say anything.
Street smart.
How many
Definitely
people
street
know
smart.
people that got locked up and gave false information?
Yep.
Come on, what are we talking about?
She's right
Her
about
kids
that.
was taken away from her. That's why she put in the report she don't have kids. Because if they would have found out she had kids, they would have charged her with something more. That's one. That's why she went to California to have that baby. Because if she would have had it in Maryland, where her other kids was taken away, they would have took that baby right in the hospital. Like, am I not watching the same thing everybody else is watching? This is why she does these things. This is why because these people from in Chrisean family, as we see, they're clever. They know how they street smart. They know how to maneuver and do little things.
Yeah, they are.
This is why she had that baby in California, allegedly, because she didn't want that little girl to get taken away. This is why it's all plastered over social media right now. Oh, she on the run and they're going to take that. That's why they saying that. Because they can't just come to her and take the baby. They're saying if she get caught doing something, then that's when they're going to find out, oh, and you got a kid? All right, now we could take the baby. But they don't know anything. They don't know she got a baby. They don't know she's walking around out there because she's not in trouble. So how are they going to know?
Right.
Yeah, that's interesting. And, and another reason why I think there probably wasn't much more detail, and who, again, there's Cassandra's video, y'all, if you haven't checked it out, but I'm also, there's the minor aspect of it, but also, the guilty plea, right? So I don't think there's much of a transcript and things like that for us to, had they went to court, there'd probably be more for us to read, more details of, what potentially happened, right? But with, straight to a guilty plea, like you said, the minor part of it, if there was certain, maybe, affidavits or something that were put in, it's not, we probably won't, that'd probably be sealed because of it, right? So again, there's a lot of speculation, but, I agree with you, Angela. I don't think, the grandmother knowing should be really a part of, thinking that that's why the story is not valid, but it was the previous viewers, and some people had concerns in the chat about it, but I think you bring a lot of valid points. Now, Junior Girl 804, what's going on? How's it going? Thanks for joining us.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you fine.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. Okay, thank you. I just got one thing. Everybody is spinning with the grandma, and I appreciate the lady who just came up here. But did anyone think the granddaughter could have went back and told her grandma that she felt uncomfortable and XYZ happened, and that's how the grandma found out,
Exactly.
which made an adult go, I have kids. If my baby come and say, hey, I was just out there and I felt uncomfortable, blah, 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 it's like, okay, we're going to go to the police department.
Oh, shoot. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. What did I just do? Hold on one second. Hold on. Wait a minute. We must have. So I just saw a video, guys, and Tesehki, I guess, was intoxicated. And I don't understand why is that doing that. My picture's not hold on, let me remove this from. Yeah, I just saw a video. It was, I guess it was dated for the 18th, which today's what, the 18th, right? Tesehki was apparently drunk. And there we go. And she was saying again, out of her own mouth, those are the receipts I go by, that she's going to be suing her sister for character or defamation of character. I just saw it. So I guess the channel holder didn't want to really play exactly what she was saying, so she word for word was saying, I didn't look at the whole thing, but for the beginning of the video, it sounded like the channel holder did not want to word for word play what Tesehki was saying, because she was intoxicated and was probably cussing and carrying on. So, too many cussing back to back, it can, get y'all jammed up with YouTube. So, hello, Josephine. So yeah, she, I always say when people get drunk, the truth comes out. So I, like I said, I don't know. We just gonna have to see if she really did file a complaint on her sister for the defamation of character. I don't know. People are looking up the law and they don't see anything on the docket. I don't know. I don't know how that is. I don't, like I said, I don't mess with anything that has to do with the law. I only present receipts on stuff that comes out of the horse's mouth. Now, I'm not, listen, I'm not the Matrix. I'm not in the Matrix. I have no control over when I record something that someone says, when I catch them in a lie, and then I show you guys the receipts on it, that they're lying or they're backpedaling or retracting something. I have no control over whether or not they're telling the truth, even when it comes out their mouth. But we got to take things for face value. It says, I woke up just in time, Miss US. Me, Sis SL. Yeah, I'm glad you're getting some sleep. I'm probably going to go to sleep in a couple hours myself, hopefully. I'm on day 2 of my juice. I don't like calling it a fast no more, but juice fast, juice cleanse. I will be going until my birthday. So if you guys want to join my juice cleanse, I will be going to the 16th of December. So that'll be 29 days that I will be on the juice cleanse. So if you guys want to join, and it's a day short because I didn't start on the 16th. I actually started on the 17th. So this is my second day on my cleanse. It's very easy to do. Well, I shouldn't say that. That's not fair. I was going to say it's very easy to do a cleanse, but some people are so used to eating that it might not be that easy for everyone. But because I'm on a solid food vacation, that means no solid food for for 29 days. And then on my birthday, of course, I'm gonna get my eat on, but I can't go crazy because my stomach's gonna be so tight from just drinking liquids for 29 days. So I'll have me a nice hearty salad, probably a piece of fish, and maybe some turkey wings or something. But I'll have to eat it, all through the day and not try to overeat and get myself sick. I'll believe it when I see it filed in court. It says that part, Tiff. It says, I never eat. I forget. Girl, you need to eat. But listen, I'm about to get off. Make sure that you hit the like button on the way out. I've been on this live for almost 3 hours, which is not like me. You got it. Thank you, one and only. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There's a lot of people that need a detox. And I hope that you guys do, because you'll definitely have a better outlook on life, and and maybe even how you view this content that we're talking about on a daily basis is life changing. I will juicing for the past 4 months now. Oh, you've been juicing? You said I've been juicing for the. Oh wow, how has it been going for you, Queen Grandma? Before I get up out of here. Yep, a drunk person talks a sober mind, honey. You ain't never lied. My birthday's December 16th, so I'll be fasting, or not fasting, juice cleansing for. I'm not. Because juicing is food in liquid form. So I'll be juice cleansing until the 16th, which will be 29 days completed of a juice cleanse. So that's what I'll be doing. Wow. Now, did you, Queen Grandma, before I leave, did you, are you eating solid food and juicing, or you just juicing? Because it sounds like you must be doing both, eating solid food and juicing. Now, I'm not eating any solid food, because you can lose 29 pounds or more in a month. So that's why I'm asking you that. Excellent, Queen Grandma. That's excellent, excellent, excellent. So you must drink about 32 ounces of juice if you're saying one a day. So 16 to 32 ounces. See, y'all can't talk about no detoxification and healing. Talk about anything about fasting, cleansing, detoxification. That's up my alley, honey. I'll talk about that all day long. That's probably why I can, I try to be cool, calm, and collective, and not let not let much bother me, because your mental, you go into a spiritual realm where you feel like you're just on top of the world when you're cleansing your body out. You view things on a positive light. I've been doing it for so long, I don't even feel hungry. That's how it is with me when I'm juicing. I did the longest I've done a juice fast with no solid food is 120 days, guys. Yeah, with no solid food though. I don't eat. I just juice. And the longest I've done the juice fast is 120 days. Blessings, everyone. Wendelina, have a nice night. Thank you for being here. Stacy, hey, SO in chat. How are you, Stacy? And Odine, thank you for participating. Queen Grandma, thank you always for being in the chat. And I'm so glad that you are juicing and getting your health together, because health is wealth. I love y'all. Stay blessed, and I'm out. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way out. Good night. Love y'all. Mwah. I will talk with y'all tomorrow. I'm fine, thank you. Oh, okay, Stacy. Be easy. Have a blessed night. Be safe, everyone. I'll talk with y'all tomorrow. Probably I might do a morning live. I don't know. I have to go out and get some more produce. I only got enough for the weekend. I didn't really do big produce shopping for the first couple of days. So I'm going to have to go out and get some more produce tomorrow morning. But love y'all. Stay blessed, and I'm out. No, you don't put meat in the blender. And when you're juicing, you don't blend anything. You juice it. You remove the pulp, and you just extract the juice. No pulp. There's no pulp. There's no pulp in juices. And you're supposed to really double strain it after you juice to make sure you get all of the excess pulp that your machine doesn't get out. But anyways, I'll see y'all later. Love y'all. Stay blessed, and I'm out.